Oh man, I put the wrong time on it. I had put 8:45 p.m. to start, 7:45, what is what I meant. So that's why I went ahead on and started it. So for those of you who got the notification, my bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. Oh man, oh man. So I'm still sitting here getting some stuff fixed up. Yeah, I put 8:45 on my thing and I meant to put 7:45. I don't know why. Probably just tired, not paying attention. So I just gotta fix up a few little things here for YouTube. So YouTube will be happy. And what else? So what's going on, party people? How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing? Yeah, man. I sorry about that. Yeah, I did start a little early. Well, actually, I'm starting on the time that I meant. I put the wrong time in my stream yard. That's what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. So I put the wrong time and I was sitting here looking. I'm like, hey, I put the wrong daggone time. So I said, bump it. I'm gonna go on and get started. But I know people want to, well, I don't know if anybody wants to hear my thoughts on Mortgage Connect. I will say this up front. I probably have to say it again a couple of times. I am not on that platform. I have never, I think I tried to sign up with them, but I don't think I ever got accepted, or either I never finished signing up with them. But nonetheless, I've been hearing some stuff about them, so I wanted to get y'all take on it and just share with y'all my thoughts and maybe help y'all understand what's going on with some of these signing services and the problems that you might be faced with in dealing with them. It's it can be a mess sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you. It can be a mess sometimes. And let me check one more thing here. All right, not all of that. Let me do this. There we go. Been acting up. All right, tell me I missed the first one. So do a summary. Yeah, I'm gonna do a summary on first on Mortgage Connect from what I've gathered and the information that has been shared with me, um, and everything. So I'm gonna share that with y'all. Let me, if y'all have had any experience with them, feel free to tell me and all of that. So the question is Mortgage Connect a good choice or a bad choice? Um, that's a darn good question. I honestly don't know. I mean, they could be a good choice, and I'm trying to pull up this information here that I had for them. Where the heck? Okay, here it is. Let me show y'all this. All right, get to the stage. So, Mortgage Connect, when you sign up with them, this is their website. You go to mortgageconnect.com and it has a vendor thing, and you can download the signing agent sign up package. Okay. So, when you download that, you get this 40-page application with them, 40 pages. That's a lot in my opinion for a 1099 position, but it talks about all of the stuff you need to have with them. Close that. Um, E&O insurance, background check, all the standard stuff. They want to, I guess attorneys and title companies can sign up with them and everything. Again, they stress the E&O insurance, government ID, bar association stuff. This here is when I was glancing through is what got me. This one right here says talks about when you got to send them an invoice. Hey, what's going on now? What's going on, Michelle? And for those of y'all who want the 30 minutes for $10 um one-on-one notary Q&A, the link is right there. Let me drop that in the chat. Oops. Hold on. Yeah, thanks y'all. Like Frank said, hit the like button. But this is what the tripper said. You can submit a, I guess, invoice through their online portal no earlier than 72 hours after the closing. So 72 hours after the closing, that's when you will submit your invoice to them. They said within 60 days of the closing, but bi-weekly or monthly invoicing is preferred. So in other words, if you got a lot of work to do with them, they prefer you to invoice them bi-weekly or monthly. And then they said prior to Thursday, the weekly cutoff date. So you want to get paid, you got to do that. But then it says, or you have to wait till the next week. Please note, failure to submit an invoice to Mortgage Connect within 60 days of performance or service may result in non-payment. Any payments for invoices submitted over 60 days will be paid at their sole discretion. So who knows when you're gonna get paid? That's the thing. It's like who when you gonna get paid. They got a thing for invoice discrepancies, all of that. So closing types and fees. Now this is the big thing. Um and see, maybe this is where people are getting this thing of I'm not doing any kind of refinances that's over this amount of page or that amount of page. So this is what they want. Says all fees must include downloading, printing of posted package from our secure site, this, that, and the other. If the fees vary by county, use the same line above. So this is what they want you to do. They want you to put all your fees in here. Okay. And then I guess if you put it in there, that's what they're going to be like, cool. But here's what I've been finding out. I've been told by multiple notaries now is that they are just paying $40 for refinances. And what I've been also told, and what's been also shared with me is that Mortgage Connect, at one point in time, they were just paying some serious dollars out to people. Another thing that Mortgage Connect wants is access to your calendar so they can put orders on your calendar for the county that you live in. So I live in Virginia Beach. So that means if an order pops up to them for Virginia Beach, they want to have access to my calendar and throw it on there for my county. It's like, okay, here you go, Tuesday at 10 a.m. It's like, okay, well, I know I got something else. Well, it wasn't on your calendar. So if your calendar is clear, as far as they're concerned, they can stick it on there. And I think that's probably why I never either signed on with them or finished or whatever, because I'm not down with y'all just having access, anybody have access to my calendar and just throwing stuff on there. That's not my deal. I'm like, nope, nope, nope. So I wasn't down for that. And that's probably why I never did get on with them. But it's talking about 155 pages, for a refinance. I've seen you get a VA refinance, there's a whole lot more. And I don't see anything here talking about VA refinances or any of that. It's like refinance with insurance and without insurance. I have no idea what that means. If anybody knows what that means, put it in the comment section. It says, my experience with the app is you have to complete it or they won't allow you to submit it. Yes, I heard they used to pay great in the DFW. Yeah, they was paying big time. Now, let me share this with y'all. This is strictly my observation that has happened with a lot of these companies. In the beginning, the cup runneth over. They were just pouring out money left and right because they had money coming in left, right, up, down, and all around. A couple of things could have happened, and feel free to give me your thoughts on it. Okay, so I think a couple of things could have happened with this company as well as others. One, they could have got bought out, and the new owner said, we ain't paying that. Two, they could have lost clientele. There was a whole bunch of, and some of these companies were tied into mortgage brokers rather than traditional lending. So if they were dealing with mortgage brokers and the mortgage brokers was very limited in the services they provided, meaning they really didn't get into a whole lot of purchases or whatever at that time. And then those brokers fell apart after the refinances went away because of the interest rate. So that means they either got bought out and the business model changed. They lost clientele, so they had to change the fees that they're paying because now they're underwater. They got all this work out there, but no more, and all these expenses, but no business coming in. Um, the current ownership probably realized, hey, we just been paying too much, or we no longer, our contracts are the same, but guess what? We had to get them renegotiated because notaries were making so many mistakes that the company said, we're not paying y'all for mistakes. So yeah, all of this money we were paying y'all $300 a pop, either because the notaries were making a bunch of mistakes, or internally they was making a bunch of mistakes. So it could have been any one of those things that could have happened. I doubt that it was like, well, we just gonna pay y'all less. That's a possibility, but from what I'm understanding, like CX Choice, they got bought out. Signature Excel, which is now Signex, they had got bought out. Signature Closes got bought out, and by Stewart Title, Signature Close. And every company that I've seen get bought out, their pricing structure changed a little bit. He says, I think a lot of the fee problem stems from all the notaries not knowing what they're doing, and the signing service had to pay for another notary with more experience to fix the problem. I agree with that. And because of that, people ended up, those companies ended up losing a lot of money. The title companies lost a lot of money, and the lenders lost a lot of money. So if you got this amount of expenses because, still hanging out there, and you've overextended as a signing company, and the revenue that's coming in has gotten really, really small, and there's no end in sight as to how much is coming in. So, you're like, okay, we had 15 clients, we only got four. They're paying us the same, but we cannot continue to pay the notaries on the same level. So we're gonna have to reduce what we pay the notaries in order to have more money to pay this. And this is just basic business, y'all. Okay, this is basic business. The amount of money is here, the expenses are here. We cannot keep giving people out that level of money because we won't survive. And that's what I believe is one of the problems that is possibly happened. It says, yeah, but it's having a warm and safe day. Yeah, a little warm in here, but I'm feeling comfortable. So from Chicago. So, and then it says here possible supply and demand. When they had tons of closings and not enough notaries, they offer more to do the job. Now they have less signings and a lot of notaries in the pool. Is basic economics. That is correct. And see, this is again, and I know people don't like it when I say this, but this is where you sort of got to blame the TMCs, the trainer, mentor, and coaches, because people who no longer want to do closings and want to get into training, and you could say the TMMCs, trainer, mentor, marketers, and coach. So you got to throw those in there, the marketers too. They need people to come in the business so they can keep teaching them. And that's like Ms. Wilborn said, basic economics. The problem is people are making so many errors and they're messing stuff up that the companies are like, I don't care how well you're trained. I don't care what you can say about the documents and all this, that, and the other. We paying you $40. End of story. This is the only way we can survive. We can only survive by paying this dollar amount. You either roll with it or you don't. Now, what should you do? You can start off as a new notary working with them just to get some basic experience, get a feel for how a signing flows, getting your downloading of the documents, uploading them to the documents, getting your discipline on keeping your books together, because you're going to have to invoice them on a bi-weekly or monthly basis. So you get all of that and you get some experience that you can take over into snap docs, signature closers, um, signing order, or better yet, you can even talk to a direct client because now you got 4 or 5 months of experience. Is the pay where you want it to be? No. But if they're willing to give you a shot, you don't mind them having access to your calendar, you can take it and use this to your advantage and get in there, do what you need to do, learn what you need to learn, and bounce on out and tell them, say, hey, thank you very much, deuces, and go learn and go get with somebody else. Now, I'm not saying that it should be $40. I'm just telling you this is what they're doing. And from a business standpoint, you at least need to have some kind of open-mindedness to understand what's going on. Because when you understand what's going on or potentially what's going on, it'll keep you from sitting up here whining and complaining, which you spend more time doing that than just getting out here and working. So even if you don't want to do the $40, that's fine. But there's no need for you to continue whining and complaining over something you can't change. You see what I'm saying? So the solution would be just chill, go do something else, or chill, take the orders, learn what you can learn, 5 or 6, get out, 10 or 20, get out. That's all I did with Notary Go. I don't even have a profile on them no more. Same thing with CX Choice. CX Choice used to pay big. CX Choice used to pay 120, $150. And then they got bought out and they stopped. Signature was it signature closes was paying a little bit more. And now the basic fee I see on there is 85. A lot of them have dropped down to that because they got new owners and it's like, this is all we're paying the notaries. This is what we value it at. So when people sit around the TMMCs talking about you need to get paid your worth and you can provide value, the thing is, the people who say this is what you're going to get paid don't want to hear about your value, don't want to listen to you. So you say, well, I'll go work directly with them. If they've made up their mind that their business model is no direct notaries, all signing company notaries, then what are you going to do? How do you force them? So now you got to find people in your area that want to work with you directly. And then the question is, can they pay you the fee that you want to get paid? If they can, great. If they can't, then you still got to make a decision. How do you plan on moving forward in this business? Because you done heard from the TMMCs. I probably said too many M. I'm gonna just keep with the TMCs. But the TMCs, you've heard from them, oh, this is what you need to do, and this is how valuable you are, and you're this, that, and the other, and you got to have the right mindset. Okay, great. Then when you get up to the wall of I'm the one who paying you, and this is all I'm gonna pay you, and I don't want to hear about your value and your worth. Can you do the job? Yes, I can do the job. Here's $85, and they go make it happen. But wait. And they walking off, and you're like, wait a minute. I got this whole thing I want to say to you about how valuable I am. Look, I got other meetings to go to, and I got business to take care of. I don't have time to listen to your belief in yourself. Okay, the only thing I believe in is you doing it right and getting me paid. Because if you do what you need to do, then I get paid, then we all get paid. So you're key here, but if you don't want to do it, we'll find somebody else. So this is why I'm constantly saying, how do you plan on getting all of these individual companies? They got their own individual ideas of what they want to do in this business arena to buy into what you want just for you. So I did 134 companies last year. How do I get all 134 companies to give me what I want as an individual? And then now you got to talk to those 134. And do you really think they want to go through that kind of negotiating? You got a direct client. They got 7 mobile notaries working for them. Each one of y'all want a different pay scale. Do you think it's really good business for one company to be trying to negotiate with 5, 7, 12 notaries individually? Is that really good business? You don't like it when you're going to get hardwood floors and they come into you with 4 and 5 different price quotes. You like, look, all I got is $7,000. Can any of y'all do it for $7,000? Well, I can do it for 15,000. I can do it for 8,000. I can do it for. I can't afford that. All I got is seven. Can you do it for seven? Well, nah. Okay, then let me find somebody that can do it for seven. What can you do for seven? Maybe I get half carpet and half hardwood. Maybe I get a different type of hardwood. What does it take to get it here? This is what it goes down to. So let me get back up here and look at some of these here. Da, 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 da. Go back up a little bit higher. All right. Willing notaries are hard to find. Are notaries wanting to go out? That's good, great question. Sometimes the answer is no because they don't want to drive in bad weather, bingo, etc. Not saying that is a cause for low fees. You're right. There are notaries who don't want to go out when it rains around here and the weather gets bad. I get a lot of business. I mean, it's like because they just dropping it left and right. This is why you look dress professional, but sometimes you need, especially as young ladies, you need to have closed toe shoes, some ankle high boots, and don't worry about trying to walk up into somebody's house like you're a Fortune 500 CEO. I get it, but sometimes it's like, let me just get in, get out, and get the job done. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with dudes. Look, man, stop trying to wear your gaiters and your little skinny pants, where your ankles are getting wet because your pants are high water. Maybe that's why it's raining. I don't know. But the bottom line is dress comfortably, look good but comfortable, and go out and get the job done. People appreciate you when you go out there when things are tough and tight and the wind is blowing and this, that, and that. I understand about the tsunamis, hurricanes, and typhoons and all that kind of stuff, and blizzards and snowstorms and fires. But if you feel you can get out there safely, get out, boom, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. Said Grip, I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah, it's lagging a little bit. It is. It's lagging a little bit. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. I've been tweaking it all day. It's been lagging. Maybe because I was on Zoom. I don't know. Maybe that might have been it. And Zoom might. Hopefully, Zoom ain't still running in the background. But yeah, it's lagging a little bit. It is. I haven't seen the job post from either in 4 months in my area. You see, that's another thing. They're not posting jobs because they don't have business in your area. Diversity, folks, the economy is about to be interesting, correct? Yeah, there's a little bit of a lag. Let me look on my phone, and I don't feel like trying to start over. I don't know why it's lagging. Um, I really, really, really don't know. So my apologies for the lag, but yeah, I can see a little bit of a lag there, and I had turned some other stuff off on my computer. And let me see, let me shut down some other stuff. Let me shut down some other stuff. All right. Hopefully that did it. And I got this. Let me shut down this Microsoft stuff. All right. So hopefully it looks better. See, when I'm doing this, I'm moving because on my screen, if it's really, it'll be jerking around. All right. So it says, I do 85, no problem. If it's not too far, understand that. It said, I paid a guy 200 for his signing, made 25. If you get it done right the first time, I would rather give most of the money to the notary. I asked what notaries need. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And see, what people don't realize, a lot of signing companies out here and individuals who farm out work as a unofficial signing company, they take between 25 and 50 for those orders. There's people who hire me and they'll be like, yeah, the signing is gonna be it's 150. I'm gonna give you 100. Okay, cool. That's what some people do. So you'll be amazed that a lot of times the notary gets the bulk of the work, the money. But for some of the big conglomerate companies, that may not be the case. So all you can actually do, yeah, I see that lag now. I don't know what's going on. It might be my internet here at the house. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me try this. Hmm. I'm trying to see if I can tweak anything else. All right, I shut down some more stuff. I think what's going on is that I had that Zoom up for a long time, and that Zoom might be, and I don't want to click on any more buttons, but the Zoom might have taken up some resources from earlier and everything. So we'll see. We should be good. So my apologies, y'all, for that. But I mean, is Mortgage Connect a bad company? I don't honestly know, but I know that something happened with them. I know my gut is telling me something happened financially with them. And because of that, they had to make some decisions. And because we're the last line in the last person in the chain, we get the short end of the stick. That's what I'm saying. We got the short end of the stick. And you got a decision to make, either kick it with them or not. Now, here's what I believe also that went down. And this here, and y'all tell me what y'all think about this scenario. I believe during the pandemic, a lot of notaries, since they was getting paid so much money from Mortgage Connect, that they spent all of their time doing closings with them. And because of that, they didn't do anything with the other signing services out there. SnapDoc, Signature, Notary Go, signing order, none of they didn't do a whole lot, because one of the things I found out, the bulk of the notaries who have told me that they don't get a lot of orders from SnapDocs and signing order, especially SnapDocs, they did a lot of work for Mortgage Connect and Rocket and Service Link, because they were just kicking out orders, and like Rocket Mortgage was throwing out orders for whatever price, and then you only had 30 pages and you would get in and get out. People was having 10, 15 closings in a day from Rocket Mortgage. They were just little hybrid loans, 80 pages, sometimes maybe 90, sometimes 40 or 50, 30 pages. I mean, just real quick. Brrr. And they got intoxicated with that, and then the whole thing shifted. And then when the business stopped coming in through them, now you got to go to this other platform, SnapDocs, and you don't really have a reputation there. It makes things tight. And I know Service Link operates somewhat the same. They want to have access to your calendar. And I'm like, nah, if you want access to my calendar, you're not having it. I'm not doing that. So that may be, I think that is what caused some of the notaries to have difficulties staying in the business once Mortgage Connect, Service Link, and Rocket Mortgage had to shift their business model a little bit. When that happened, when that refinance went away, when they had to change the amount of money they was going to pay out, then you had to go to SnapDocs, and none of those orders was in SnapDocs. You had no visibility in SnapDocs. You hadn't logged into SnapDocs in a year, and you just got booted from them altogether. Now you're starting from scratch. And then folk like myself and others who have been on SnapDocs the whole time, doing those JG Wentworth $30 things and $40 debt loan consolidations and debt settlements. We got some traction on there, and people was like, "Oh man, yeah, we like working with Griff. We like working with Kylie. We like working with this person." And then y'all came on, and it's like, "Where's proof that you even got business?" I've been doing this for 2 years. I got 200 signings under my belt. Where at? Where at? Where do you have 200 signings at? We don't see that. And the thing is, I've shared this with y'all. Some of the signing companies, they have accounts in signing order, SnapDocs, and signature. And they don't see you in none of those platforms showing that you've done work. They don't have access to Mortgage Connect, Service Link, and Rocket. You see where I'm going? So those systems are over here, isolated, but then there, which certain people can be on there, but SnapDocs, Signature, and Signing Order, even though they're not interconnected, but the signing companies can be on all three. And because they're on all three, well, guess what? They get to see what you're doing in each one. Oh, okay, you don't have the whole lot in SnapDocs, but let me see what's in signing order. Okay, you got 125 in signing order. Okay, well, we'll give you a shot over here. That's what's going on, in my opinion. What are y'all thoughts about that? Because I've been trying to rack my head around this and try to figure out what's going on. And that is the only thing that I can truly and truly come up with, is that notaries spent more time outside of those other platforms that are the primary ones now to get work from. And now you're struggling and you're trying to figure out how you're going to get work done with them. You say 2024, I really got SnapDocs orders. Honestly, maybe two handfuls, took Griff's advice and added signings the SnapDocs and started off 2025. Now I'm getting more SnapDocs orders than anything. Because I know some people say, and I do agree that probably at some point, SnapDocs, putting your orders in them may not have done any good. But the one thing I've learned about some of these companies, they change stuff and they don't tell us. To stay ahead, to get ahead, they change things. They may have changed their algorithm, they might have changed their policies to say, okay, because you think about it. Think about it. How do we as SnapDocs keep people in here? We got to give the companies that are in here a edge. How do we get notaries in here? We got to give them something. So we need to see that these people been doing work, and they may have changed things. I wish I could talk to SnapDocs currently and to some of the other ones also, but somehow, some way, I do know that companies that are on signing order are also on SnapDocs. That much I do know. And I've been told by signing order companies, and I've seen orders that are signing companies that are on signing order. I've seen their order pop up in the SnapDocs and vice versa. I've seen orders from signature closers hop up on signing order. They don't, one company is on all those different platforms, and that's key. So it doesn't hurt to give it a shot. Oh, now that, thank you for reminding me that. Yeah, I got time before I go pick my son up. Thank you. That, yes, people sent me that stuff. They came back out and canceled it, man. They came back out and said, "Oops, our bad. We made a mistake. That was a that was a mistake on their part." So they actually reversed that decision for that Arizona missions. That's why it sort of left my mind to talk about. But yeah, they had an Arizona missions thing, and I didn't. That's why, and I didn't do the research. I was doing the research and I didn't finish it. But Mortgage Connect came out trying to do an Arizona missions thing where they wanted us to sign up and basically say we had to make sure we were, or y'all, if y'all sign up, that you were available to go back out and to do dot dot dot. I reached out to Legal Shield and asked them, and the hard part about Legal Shield is that they don't really understand notary law, and they just looked at it from a legal standpoint. They was like, well, we see what they're saying, but we don't see anything wrong with it. And I was like, but you're asking me as an independent contractor to basically be on hold for up to 6 months and just hop out here. And I said, no, I'm not doing that, you know. But Mortgage Connect came back and canceled that order and said disregard. I think I forgot to tell y'all that on the member side. So yeah, that Arizona missions thing is dead in the water and all that good stuff. Yeah, like that was an error on their part. They wanted to slip that by a bunch of noise. Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it, y'all. Um, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I think I got it right here. Let me pull this thing up real quick. Hold on one second. Um, all right. In my documents thing for 2025. 2025 documents. Oops. All right. So, okay, so hold on, let me zoom in a little bit. So this is what they sent out. All right. This is what Mortgage Connect sent out saying Mortgage Connect closing packages will not include the signing agent errors and omissions document. The document will allow Mortgage Connect to make updates to documents outside of the note, outside of the acknowledgement. So it has nothing to do with our acknowledgments. Now, keep that in mind. It has nothing to do with our acknowledgments. Notification will be sent to all notaries advising that a change was made based on this document rather than contacting you for permission. So I'm trying to figure out do they need us to what do they need to change that we did, because it's making it seem like we might make a mistake. What mistake could we have made? That's the question that I have. It says an example of the document, attached document is here, and I think I got it right here. Yeah, this is what I got right here. Um, so basically, what they're saying is the undersigned signing agent or agents for and in consideration for the above referenced lender funding for the above referenced lender funding the closing of this loan agrees if requested by the lender or closing agent for the lender to fully cooperate and adjust for clerical errors. Now, anybody been in this business long enough, you know those typographical and clerical errors is typically talking about what they did. Okay, so they made a mistake. Okay, and see, I wish I had time to pull up errors and omissions from another order that I did before I deleted my files on. But um this is typically to the signers saying, hey, you agreed that because we're going to fund this loan, that you're going to work with us to get any to make any adjustments to because of a clerical or typographical error. This is primarily supposed to be for them giving, saying that you agree to comply with any request for additional information. But it's saying for us, so the undersigned signing agent agrees to comply with all above noted requests by the above referenced person within 30 days from the date of the mailing of said request. So I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, this can't be for us because you're talking about mailing a request. No, you typically mail the request for corrections to the signers, not to the notaries. So I'm like, okay, y'all tripping here, you know. And I'm sitting here saying, and then the signing agent or agents agree to assume all costs involved by way of illustration, but not limited to actual expenses, legal fees, marketing losses, failing to comply with the corrections requests in the above noted time. And I'm sitting here like, uh-uh. Now I'm not signed up with them, but people were sending me this stuff left and right. I'm like, you got to be kidding. And then it's saying this agreement shall automatically terminate 6 months from the date of the recording of the undersigned. So whenever they decide to record the deed, you got 6 months to be on hook to deal with this. I'm like, yo, no, 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 no. So they came back and canceled it. They came back and said, nope, we're not, just disregard. But this is the kind of stuff that people do. This is why it's important for you to sometimes read this stuff and have a clear understanding what the heck is going on. So they would have had a lot of notaries thinking that they was going to be on the hook for paying legal fees and actual expenses and marketing. I'm like, how this ain't even a mistake on us. You're talking about something that is outside of my notarial certificate. Why am I being worried about that? Why am I being pressed about that? Where did this come from? Yeah, it sounds like the okie doke. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, so I immediately went and contacted Legal Shield to get their take on it and everything. And because they don't understand the relationship between the notary and as independent contractors, I think the guy was looking at it as a like I'm an employee. Well, okay, maybe that makes sense, but I'm not an employee, so it didn't make sense. So yeah, they shot that back down really, really quick. But again, that's a lot. And then, like I said, the loan application is 40 pages long. They want references, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, are y'all for real? Y'all really want references? Let me go back to this real quick, y'all. Then I got to get out of here. They want, please provide a summary of your business history, highlights of your loan closing experience, or attach. I remember this. That's probably why, because I'm like, I ain't got no daggone resume. Have you been counseled or reprimanded for errors or conduct? I'm like, oh Lord, have mercy. This seems like a job application, like a job. If yes, please describe below, provide dates and out. Man, please. Have you ever been convicted? If I got a daggone background check, you would know that. All of that will be in my background check. Why I gotta answer that? You're gonna get a background check for 10 years. If necessary, would you be willing to dress in professional in business attire to conduct the loan closing? And they say Mortgage Connect understands additional services may warrant additional fee. I don't understand that at all. Okay, what additional services? If necessary, would you be willing to follow a script for closing? As long as it don't violate my state law. As long as it don't violate my state law. If it looks like the language is a lot of cut and paste right out of the compliance agreement. Correct, correct, correct. You're right, Foxy. You're right. And then I got to give you professional. So think about it. If you're just getting into the business, you don't have any of this. Not as it relates to notary stuff. And you most definitely don't want to put down your coworkers at your W-2. And then they're like, why did yeah, Earl. Yeah, Francois had so and so call me about some notary connect mortgage business connect thing. You don't want that. General referencing. So you got three professional business references. You just started out in the bit. How you gonna have that? You just starting out. So you got to have that. Then you got to have some general references. Then identify what software programs you have utilized to conduct e-closings. Okay, that makes sense. Identify your computer equipment. Then you got to do all of this here. Are you interested in becoming a part of Simply Secure Sign? I'm already a part of that. Then Simply Act. Okay. Then no, I'm sorry. That's a different Simply thing. I'm thinking Simple File. My bad. Then the Independent Vendor Services Agreement. Heck, you should have put this up there first before I had to fill out all that other stuff to let me know this, that, and the other, the payment, all of that, terms of agreement, everything. I mean, this is just page 13. You got to go through all of this, miscellaneous, no partnership, mortgage connected venues shall not be considered partners or joint ventures for any purpose. So let me zoom this in. What did this say? So that means what? I should not be calling myself a representative of that company. How can I be calling myself a representative of that company when they're saying there's no partnership at all? The vendor should have no authority to sign, bind, or enter any agreements. Go back now. On behalf of the vendor's proof. I can't do anything. So this whole mantra or idea talking about, oh yeah, we're representatives of them. No, I represent my company. They represent theirs. I've been tasked to do dot dot dot, and I'm gonna do dot dot dot, not dot dot dash dot 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 dash 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 dot. I'm not doing all of that. I'm just doing dot dot dot. You pay me, I keep it moving. It's a transactional relationship. In the story. Stop trying to make your transactional business relationship like a W-2 relationship. It is not. Okay. It is not. Um, so and then you got to sign all of that. Then they want your W-9. Of course, then they put all these instructions in there. This will make the daggone thing 40 pages. And all of that. So you got to read all of that, agree to that. Is a company owned by 50%, all of this here. See, now they're getting all into your business structure and all of that kind of stuff. I don't like that. Why do you need to know that? Why do you need to know, okay, what does this got to do with notary? What does this got to do with notary? Diversity. I guess that stuff is gone now. Consumer privacy stuff, okay, about protecting other people's stuff. I get that. Information security. Background screening requirements. This is the daggone fourth time you done told me I got a 10 years. Got it. But why are you asking me about my background? Then you want me to service member. What does this got to do with it? I don't know. And see, we have a right to ask these questions, but because I'm not messing with it, I ain't doing it. All of this kind of stuff. I mean, you want a lot from me. 40 some pages of whatever. And then this is the other one. It says here, I think I can zoom in with this with no big deal. Um, it says all fees will be confirmed in writing prior to appointment. Signing agents shall not refuse to perform services for any assignments that have been previously accepted in dispute over a negotiated fee. So if you've already negotiated the fee and told them I'll do it for that dollar amount, you cannot come back and be tripping. You cannot. You cannot. Signing agent may not attempt to collect any of his fees from the borrower, because that's what some people would do. Well, y'all ain't paid me. I'm gonna go, especially if you ain't paid, if you didn't submit your invoice within 60 days, I guarantee you signing notaries are calling, hey, y'all need to pay me. Signing agent responsible to submit to prove this, that, and the other. All of that. So, what do you say here, Sandrine? Washington, D.C. is paying 150, 120, 150 because nobody wants to be in traffic. I have a sign company calling me to do a sign-in at that time, and some are willing to pay 200 just for a seller. Take it. Stack them coins up. Stack. I told y'all, this business is about availability. The more available you can be, the more money you will make. If you can't be that available, you're not going to make any money. Now, if you got this thing of I don't want to be in traffic, I don't want to, I don't want. You're not going to make that kind of money. You're not. It's going to be hard for you. So you got to be willing. You got to be willing to get out here and do what you got to do. Okay. You got to be willing. I'm serious. Yeah, I will be on that money too. There's I will be on that money also. Something else I wanted to show y'all before I bounce out of here. I forgot to show it to you. I'm gonna show it to y'all now. I got to give a shout out. I had my first two calls for the one-on-one training. I mean, not training, one-on-one Q&A session, and they left some comments, so I appreciate that. I didn't even know that was a thing on here to do the reviews, but we had a good time. One of them we did Zoom, and then the other one was just a phone call. And then tomorrow I just got to send some more information out to them via email and everything. But if you're interested in getting a one-on-one notary Q&A, just click the link, sign up, pay the $10. When is it? Yeah, so I'm doing it Tuesdays through Thursdays, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30. So you pick whichever one you want to do, whether it's a Zoom or just a phone call, and we'll hop on and and I'll answer whatever questions you got and help you out, with all of that. So the information is right there at the bottom of the screen. And we had a great time talking with the two of them, and and they're going to do good in the business. One gentleman's up there in New York. I got to get some contacts, get him in contact with some people up there in New York. And then the other young lady is here in Virginia and Chesapeake, and she's been a notary for a while, but she sort of slowed down, and so now she's getting back into it. So people are for real about this business, and they're trying to get in, and they want to do it right. And they got questions. So rather than just bust out here, start spending money on all this training and stuff, take some time out, click on the link, talk to me. If you know somebody who is struggling with this business or might be worrisome to you and you don't really feel like investing the time to talk to them, I don't care where they're at in the US. It can be anywhere in the US. Tell them to click that link, and I will be more than happy to have a conversation with them and help them to help them to decide whether they want to get in this business or not. And lastly, if you're a notary right now in this business, you better get your act together, because with that federal worker buyout, I can see a whole bunch of TMCs telling them folk, "Oh yeah, come on and be a notary. This is the best time to be a notary," because they got 8 months of pay, 7 months, 24 days, but essentially 8 months worth of, I can get a paycheck every 2 weeks plus benefits before it runs out. I can see them daggone TMCs chomping at the bits to get all of them into this business. And this is the perfect time for you to solidify yourself with these customers that you got, that you are the best notary and you are the only notary they need. Because and if these people who coming in now are halfway decent, 80% a decent notary, you're gonna have some serious competition. And I met two guys from banks, two guys that work at banks, two different banks. Them guys, them fellas. Sorry for calling you boys. Them guys, they are ready to go. And I told them, if you need help, hit me up. So there's people that are like, "Hey, I didn't know we could make." I said, "Yeah," and they like, "Hey, I'm interested." I said, "When you're ready, give me a holler." So there are people out here who are ready to rock and roll with this business, and I want y'all who are already in it to get it together so you can go out here and make your money and not be sitting on the sideline. All right. Well, y'all have a good one. Hey, I want to say thanks to y'all coming out, tonight. Didn't do Fritter Friday last night, but we did Fritter Friday, the Saturday edition. And sorry about the technical difficulty stuff. Hopefully on the replay it won't be all and stuff. But y'all have a good one, and talk to y'all later. Peace.